what is today's topic?
Cruising on a budget.
Cruising on a budget. Yeah, so a lot of our videos we talk about, well, let's face it, we talk about food on our videos a lot because
I'll drink to that.
we talk about that too. We talk about cruise food quite a bit, and we talk about specialty dining quite a bit, which, it's going to cost you a little extra. But
Right.
today we're going to talk about how to go on a cruise the more economical way. And why might you want, if you love cruising, why would you want to make your cruise as inexpensive as possible?
So you can do more fun things.
So you can go on more cruises.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can go.
That's
go
what
get
I
it.
said.
You can go do an expensive cruise, or maybe for the same price you might be able to do 2 or maybe even 3
Maybe
cruises
3,
if you
on...
watch your budget. So hey, I think that's a pretty good motivation.
Mhm.
So we're going to be talking about that here in just a minute. Cruising on a budget, and we would love to hear your input and your ideas too. We want to welcome you to Cruise Day Fun Live. If you haven't joined us before, we're glad you're here.
Mhm.
And we are excited to talk about cruising on a budget. So before we move on, I've mentioned what today's topic is. I want to mention what next week's topic is, because we're really excited.
Yes,
we're going to have guests. We haven't had guests for a little while now, but we're going to have a couple of special guests. And next week, we're going to have Sea Lake Journeys with us.
Yes.
A great new channel that if you haven't checked out, be sure to check out Sea Lake Journeys. Chet and Robin, you can see them here with us next Saturday, February 12th at 3 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we're going to be talking with them. They've been on a whole bunch of cruises, and we're going to speak with them and ask them to compare. And we've done this a little bit before, but we're going to ask them to compare their experience on Carnival versus their experience on Royal Caribbean. So if you're curious to see what the differences are, or get an opinion of what the differences are between the two, we talked about it a little bit in some videos.
They've been on more cruises than we have.
Yeah, they've been on a lot of cruises. I think they've been on over 30 cruises. That's a lot. So check out Sea Lake Journeys channel and tune in here next week at 3 o'clock to see Chet and Robin from Sea Lake Journeys on board with us.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and okay. And we got to welcome in Dale DeWitt. He said March or February 12th. Yeah, tune in on February 12th next week. Wow. I'm still in February. No, watch next week, March.
Thanks, Dale, for letting us know.
March the 12th. And here's Chet and Robin themselves. Sea Lake Journeys are with us today, and they are confirming that it is, in fact, March next week, as it is today. No. So next Saturday, wow. I think, should we just stop here and start over? Wow. Next Saturday.
No alcohol in my drink.
Next Saturday, March 12th, Sea Lake Journeys talking about Carnival and Royal Caribbean. So we're looking forward to that. They're a great channel, and they're here with us today.
I know.
And I should mention that we were talking to him, was it last week?
Yes.
I think we were talking to him last week.
Last week.
Yes, and we had a conversation with them offline, as the kids say. Do the kids say that?
I don't know what the kids say.
I don't know what I'm talking about.
Sure, they say it offline.
We were talking to them, and we happened to mention, one of us mentioned what our topic was for this week. We mentioned that we're doing Cruising on a Budget, which we are.
Right.
And I said, hey, we're working on videos for that too. So they've already put up their part 1 of Cruising on a Budget. And we intentionally, we normally would just watch their videos when they come up, but we have not watched that video yet because we didn't want to influence our choices.
Right.
So if you want a totally different discussion on Cruising on a Budget, be sure to go to Sea Lake Journeys and check out their, I guess it's going to be 2 parts. One for part 1 is already up. So we also need to welcome in T. Good to have T with us here. Happy to have you with us again.
Yes.
Talking about Cruising on a Budget. We hope you have some comments to throw in there. We'll get to some ideas here in just a minute. And why just a minute? Why don't we just get started? Are we ready?
Yeah.
One other thing I should mention, our live shows, we used to do them on Mondays. Now we do them on Saturdays. And it can be hard to keep track of us because our personal schedules keep changing. Next month, in April, double check me if I'm wrong on that. I think it's next month's April. It's going to be basically impossible for us to do any any Saturday shows. So we'll try to get in a live show here or there otherwise, but be sure to subscribe with the notification bell on so you know when we're doing our shows, because they may not always be on Saturdays. We're trying to do that. But if you want to know about our videos or our live shows, be sure to subscribe. You can also join our Facebook group, which is linked down in the description below. Yes. So, yeah, we're hard to keep track of, I tell you.
Yeah, it's because somebody keeps starting new jobs.
Yes. Well, it's also because we've got a week-long cruise that starts and ends on a Saturday at the beginning of April. And so it would be it'd be impossible to do it the first Saturday because we'll be on the Norwegian Escape. But yes, the rest of the month can be kind of crazy. Plus, we got a family member visiting later in the month, so there's that.
So exciting!
So it is exciting. Our first Florida visitor.
Yeah, our first Florida visitor.
Okay, should we get to our topic?
Yes.
Should we get to our topic?
Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, today we're talking about cruising on a budget.
That's right.
So we are going to go through step by step, and we're also going to share a list of our top 10 suggestions for how to save on a cruise and how to cruise on a budget.
That's right.
But let's start off by just kind of talking through it. Before you go on a cruise, you could save on your cruise and cruise on a budget before you even get on the ship, before it's even cruise day.
How is that possible?
Well, you're supposed to be helping me explain this.
Let me explain this.
Well, you, by choosing the right cruise line, the right itinerary, the right length of cruise, you can save a lot of money. We've booked cruise before where, the last cruise we were on, it was almost free because it was a 3-day Carnival cruise, and the onboard credits were so extensive that it pretty much covered the price of the cruise. So that was a great bargain. So
check the bargains.
Yes. And sometimes a 3-day cruise, you might want a week-long cruise, but you might be able to get a couple 3-day cruises for the price of a 5 or 7-day cruise.
Exactly.
Depending on which cruise line you go with or what itinerary. Also, if you're open to booking a cruise at the last minute, sometimes you can get bargains if they're not totally booking up the ship and they're looking for people last minute. You can get a bargain. If you're not really good at seeking out the bargains, get yourself a travel advisor.
Mm-hmm.
They will help you out, and you don't have to worry about paying them for help on the cruise because cruise lines pay them.
Right.
Travel agents or travel advisors, whatever you like to call them, can be a really valuable tool for saving on a cruise. And
yes, they can.
Getting the best cruise for you.
I know. They can. They've helped us quite a bit.
Yes. So anything else before you go on the cruise that people can do to help them save on the cruise? How about how they get to the cruise? Sometimes, and we've got a top 10 list, and I'll spoiler if this is going to be in there, but one is in there, talks about where you park. Finding the best deal for where to park, or deciding how to get to the cruise port, whether you're flying or whatever, hotels. Plan that all out ahead of time, or get a travel advisor to help you with that. You can save a lot of money. Some of the most convenient options are going to cost you a little more, but you can really save by planning it out carefully.
Or you can move to Florida like we did and save on the flight.
It costs a lot to move to Florida, though. So
it's a one-time.
Okay.
So
that's okay. So that's going to be her first tip, is going to be move to Florida. Oh boy. So before you cruise, plan it out. Look for the bargains. Look at different cruise lines, and have a travel advisor help you. That's, I think, some really good steps. And here's some good information from Dale. He's mentioning Florida resident rates. So military, law enforcement, EMT can also get discounts. That's some great information.
Thanks, Dale.
So if the cruise lines don't tell you that, Dale or your travel advisor can tell you.
Yeah.
There's some special deals out there for you.
Yep.
So if you think it's out, if you've never cruised and think it's out of your budget, think again. It can be done, and it can be cheaper than a vacation on land.
That's why when you're booking your cruise and it says, "What state do you live in?" and you say Florida, they'll say, "Oh, you get a discount for da da da." Or if you lived in Minnesota, you like, "Yo, you get a winter discount."
You're making stuff up now. There's a winter discount for Minnesota?
Snowbirds discount, yeah.
No, I don't know about
Spring
that.
break?
I have heard of the Florida resident rates. And I'm glad to hear that they also have military and rates for our first responders. That's great
is awesome.
So, great information. Again, we love when people bring bring into the chat other ideas. So now let's move
Right.
on from before the cruise. Let's actually get on this ship.
Yes, let's get on the ship.
Don't leave. I'm not literally. We got a few more weeks for us, but let's talk about one of our favorite topics. Let's talk about food.
Yeah, and
drinks. Well, you gotta have a drink with your food. So you can save money on board by taking advantage of the complimentary or the included food. I mean, you've basically paid for it when you paid the fare on the ship. So if you go and you spend money on the optional purchases, food-wise or drink-wise, you can end up spending a lot of extra money. So take advantage of the stuff that's included, like the main dining room, the buffet, that sort of thing. A lot of great options out there, and it varies by cruise line. But check around when you get on board and look for the stuff that's included.
Yeah, definitely.
Especially when it comes to,
because they have food out pretty much all day.
Most cruise lines, you're not going to have a problem finding food just about any time.
You can get ice cream, and get fruit whenever you're hungry at the fruit or snack
ice cream
stuff.
And fruit. You just want all the sweet stuff. Okay. And also when you mentioned drinks.
That's how I keep so sweet, honey.
Oh, is that it? You mentioned drinks. So when it comes to drinks, there are some drinks that are included. It varies a little bit by cruise line. Most of cruise lines are going to charge you extra if you want soda or certainly alcoholic drinks. But
or
they typically, but they typically will include, the basics: coffee, tea, iced tea, stuff like that, some juice products. But sticking to the stuff that's included as far as food and drinks can save you a lot of money.
Exactly.
Yes.
I like saving money.
Well, I do too, especially if it means we can go on another cruise again sooner.
Exactly.
Yeah. Just need the vacation time for that.
I know.
Yes.
But yes. Mm-hmm. I was gonna say something, but
yeah. Okay. So here I'll give a little tip. And I'm thinking back to our Norwegian cruise in Alaska. Right. So it really helps to kind of know the rules, because we had the open bar on Norwegian. Right. So you have to pay gratuities on that, but it was included as a perk of the cruise, and Norwegian does that a lot of times where you get special open bar and stuff. And I was, it was a colder day because we're Alaskan cruise, and I wanted like an Irish coffee to really hit the spot. So I went to the bar and asked for an Irish coffee, and I didn't realize in the small print, I should have realized that the open bar didn't include like a specialty coffee drink. So they charged us for it. And I could have instead just asked for a shot of Bailey's or Jameson or something, and then gotten some coffee from the buffet, or some of the
you could have made it yourself.
Could have made it myself. I watched what they did. They did the same thing behind there. So the little tricks like that, you can save yourself a lot of money, and still have a great experience. So
you get free liquor.
Well, if you're on a special deal like we were on, that was a special example. That doesn't apply all the time. Wow. Most of the time when you cruise, you don't get free liquor, especially if you're not 21.
Nice, free liquor.
Let's see here, and looks like Dale's got another tip. So for the premium restaurants, they'll also do lunch with the same items, similar or a smaller menu but lower price, and that's a good tip.
That is an excellent tip. Yeah, thank you, Dale.
That's a good one. And lunch, if you're wanting to try out the experience at one of the specialty or premium restaurants, sometimes like Dale says, they will do that where you can go and get something for lunch and kind of try it out. Maybe you might decide, I'm willing to spend some money to try the dinner too.
That's right.
But yeah, that's the lunch. What do you call that? That's the exception. That's the special
brunch
deal. So that's a great tip.
It's the brunch special, maybe.
Sure. Anyway, oh boy. So, anything else on food and drinks that we should throw out here? I think Dale had a great tip there.
If you have I can't think of any now.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, if you're gonna get hungry later, or you might need a snack, and that the buffet will be closed for.
Oh boy, I'm afraid to see where you're going. Okay, go ahead.
Before it closes, just make sure you grab some fruit or a muffin, or sometimes they have chips and stuff. Just grab it so you can keep it in your room. That's what I do.
Yeah, that's I'm having flashbacks to to my grandmother taking stuff from the buffet and taking it back home. This is a little different when you're in and it was a very charming thing that she did.
I'm not a grandmother.
No,
and I'm not going to take it home.
That's the thing. On a cruise ship, it's different. You can put it on a plate and you can go like you're going to go eat it somewhere else, like in the dining area, and just take it right back to your room, no problem. So yeah, it's really easy to do that on a cruise ship. If you haven't been on a cruise before, you may not realize you can just grab the food and take it back to your room, grab an apple and a banana from the buffet, and have it later in your room.
Yeah, or if you want special cereal, the next morning, grab the cereal that you want.
That's right.
For the morning.
And here's another. Dale's on fire today. He's got.
Yes.
If you get a coffee card on Carnival, you can buy 6 drinks and get one for free. Ooh. Just be sure to ask for the card. And they have that on Disney too. We did that on Disney. The first time we went on Disney, I didn't get the card soon enough, so I didn't get through it. But
does it cost to get the card?
No, it's like, remember back in the day on Subway, would give you the card where you got the stamps or whatever. It's like that. You get 5 or 6
my cards.
Okay, don't lose your card. There's a helpful tip for you. So
I need to put it in the lanyard. Yeah.
Sorry. I guess so. Yeah.
Sorry, honey. Keep interrupting.
No, it's okay. It's good. All good stuff. So, yes, a lot of great tips. So Jen's helping out. So thanks, Jen and Dale. Jen and Dale, who were on our channel. No, it's been a few months ago now.
We've been trying to coordinate getting them
back on
board, but they're always on cruises.
But that means they know a lot. That's why they're throwing out these great tips.
I know. I'm just teasing them.
You're just jealous.
I am.
We're
very jealous.
We're on a cruise next month. We were on a cruise. We were on a cruise in January.
In January.
And we were on a cruise in April. That's not bad.
I know. We're doing.
And then you got to wait till October. Good. So, okay. Anyway, we're getting off topic. Let's move on to the next category. Let's talk about activities on board. Oh, and another tip is, if you're not familiar with the ship, check our channel. We've got the ship guides for different ships where we've researched what's available for food, and that can help you to find what's included and what's not included. So that can help you to
right. And you can actually download them.
Yes. We also have them as a digital download if you want to do that. But let's move on to activities now. So onboard activities, most of cruise lines now have the phone app where you can download their app. Like Carnival has the Hub app, Disney has the Digital Navigator, whatever they call it.
I like how they do it now.
Okay, but what is it? I was going to say that's how you can find the activities.
Right, but you can also, if you and your husband are planning out the day.
Pardon me, husband.
No,
that's my nickname.
Are planning out the day. You can sometimes heart or like the activity, so he knows what you're doing and you know what he's doing, and we can meet for lunch or dinner.
I don't know how that helps him cruise on a budget, but that is one way you can use the app.
The activities are free, and you guys can decide, like you like trivia or I like karaoke or games. So yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. So before I forget, this is a little off topic for activities, but it seems like we're wandering around a little bit here at this point. Activities using the Hub also on the app for the cruise line. When you're on board using the app, you can also, on every one that I've seen so far, you can also track your spending. So that can help you keep track. If you are spending some extra things, shopping or drinks or whatever, you can check and see how you're doing so you stay within your budget.
Right. A lot of the activities are free, except for learning how to make a cocktail or.
Yeah, there's some that you might have to pay for, but a lot of the activities, in fact, I would say probably most activities on most cruise lines, it's complimentary. Right. Like you said, karaoke. Trivia. The shows,
line dancing shows,
live
movies.
Music. Okay, we're naming all kinds of stuff. And port days, you can sometimes get a discount at the spa.
Right.
So that's another great tip. Dale
is
great
on
tips.
fire.
Dale and Jen and Dale. Yes.
Jen and Dale are on fire.
So a lot of great.
Not literally, they're fine.
Boy, I don't know where your mind goes sometimes. So anyway, activities on board. Look for the free stuff. There's stuff you can sign up for and pay extra for, and we've done that sometimes too. But if you're trying to stay on a budget, stick with the stuff that's free. There's a lot of great entertainment on every cruise ship we've been on, and there's a lot of fun activities through the day and into the night.
Yeah.
Yes.
Dancing.
You keep mentioning dancing. Okay.
And free movies.
Free movies.
Art auctions. Don't buy anything, but art auctions are fun.
You can go and watch.
They're free.
Well, what about watching the view from your balcony?
Yeah, that's
you can get entertainment there too if people are late to the cruise ship.
Watch the pier runners. That. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So that is another example. Oh, gotta say good day to. See, I couldn't even say it. Gotta say good day to the Down Under cruisers. Just in for a few minutes. Yeah, it's a different time zone there. So it's like a whole different day, and it's in the morning there. So thanks for stopping by. It's good to see you.
What day is it then? Is it Sunday?
I think so.
Or are they behind us?
No, they're in the future.
The future.
Yes. So have a great day, and thanks for stopping by. Let's move on. We talked about activities on board. Let's talk about activities in port. So when you go to the different ports of call, you can go and you can book an excursion. Mm-hmm. That's going to cost you a little money. Or you can go off and explore on your own.
Right.
That can be a great experience too.
Right. And it's free if you do it on your own, but you want to do it safely.
Yes. Be careful what areas you go into. Stay in the tourist areas. Don't wander off on these dark and mysterious streets.
And remember your time back on board the ship.
Yes. Okay. So, wow, that's a lot of information thrown in there about. How about another tip? Instead of booking an excursion, especially if it's a port you've been to before, just stay on board.
Oh yeah.
You can take advantage of the emptier ship. And maybe take advantage of one of those discounts that Dale mentioned they have at the spas.
There you go.
So, yeah.
Or if you've been wanting to ride the slides and they've always been so full of kids, that is the perfect time to take advantage of the slides, the pools area, because everyone's left the ship and you're on board the ship, so you can have all that area for fun yourself.
Okay. Again, the name of the episode is Cruising on a Budget.
I know.
Cruising on a Budget.
Yeah, so
okay. It's Sunday at 7:25, Sunday morning.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
In Australia, not here.
Thanks, Down Under.
I'm just communicating for them.
Oh.
I saw it on the computer here. So let's move on. Also, what we've noticed, at least on Carnival, and I think other cruise lines do the same thing, is if you're looking to get some souvenirs on board, and you're not like, there's not like something specific you really want, maybe wait till the last day or watch for specials. A lot of times on the last day or the last sea day, they will have sales and they'll be just clearancing out everything.
Yeah.
As if more people weren't getting on the ship the next day. So it's a great, it's a promotional thing they do, and you can save some money. And I'm sure we've bought stuff before not knowing that it was going to be on sale. Hey. But if you don't get the ship models,
I'm saying myself. I don't know about you.
If you collect the ship models, you better get them the first day, because Joy got me the very last one on one of our cruises because I snoozed. I
had to do some
begging.
No, not begging, but
okay, go ahead.
I had to talk to the store person and bat my eyelashes at them.
Whoa!
Say, please, can you sell me this?
I didn't know that's how you got the cruise ship model.
Oh, it was all very innocent.
Just batting eyelashes.
It was just batting eyelashes.
That's not a euphemism for something else.
No.
Okay.
I'm a married woman.
I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I don't know how serious she's being. It worries me. So anyway, that's some tips on what you can do. Some ways you can save on a cruise. You can budget for a cruise. We did another video early on where we talked about how to budget for actually saving up your money for the cruise, that you might want to check out. But now we want to move on, and here we go. If you say another, guess who? You can see it's Dale. So if you sail on a ship just before it's moved, like from the Caribbean to Alaska, there'll be a crazy 50 to 75% sale. Got a jacket for $15. Not 15. Wow. I thought I said 15% off. $15. So I guess what you're saying is they need to reduce their inventory because they're not going to be having the right type of stuff in stock for the new itinerary. So that's a great tip too. Awesome. So now let's go ahead and we've kind of summarized, kind of given general ideas of how you can save money. But now let's give our 10 ways to cruise on a budget.
All right, here we go.
Are you ready? Okay.
Yeah.
So 10 ways to cruise on a budget.
Okay, 10.
Okay, why do you keep doing that?
Because it's for visual, so.
Okay, good.
We have 10.
Okay. Here's our 10 ways to cruise on a budget.
Yes.
Number 1, skip the specialty dining.
Oh, man.
The specialty dining can be a great experience. We have enjoyed specialty dining on pretty much every cruise we've been on. But if you want to save money, skip the specialty dining, skip the extra charges, go to the main dining room, go to the buffet, go there for every meal of the day, and you can get a lot of great food.
You can.
And you can save some serious money.
Exactly. And you get to meet new people if you like socializing with new people.
Yes. That's an added perk. So now, are you ready to give them, you want to give them number 2?
Number 2, seek out free entertainment. Okay. What's free entertainment, Joy? Well, they have musicians that play around the ship. They also have, you can go to most ships have a comedy.
Right, comedy club.
Comedy club, that's free. You can go to movies. They have special events that are free. So you just check your cruise itinerary.
Yeah, the daily schedule or the app, and you can find free entertainment all over the ship.
Yeah.
From, like you said, like movies by the pool, the comedy club, just avoid getting the extra drinks, and you can have some free entertainment.
Or if you just, really want to watch some free entertainment, just sit yourself down by the Lido deck or by on your balcony on port days, and you can watch the fun.
Okay.
Like the pier runners.
Okay. Now let's go on to number 3. And this one is not directed to you specifically, Joy, but skip the alcohol. Skip the alcohol. That's going to be a quick way to run up your cruise account, is by paying for alcohol here and there. Now, I know it's a fun part of cruising for a lot of us, and it may be something you might want to compromise on if it's really an important part of the cruise experience for you. But if it's not a big deal to you, skip the alcohol. You can save a lot of money.
Yeah.
Yeah, because those drinks cost more than it would be to make it home, which is understandable. It's like that anywhere you go in these days. Number 3, skip the alcohol. What's number 4?
Bring essentials. So
what's that mean?
We just did a video a while back on bringing essentials. So the essentials are like headache, ibuprofen, or cold cough medicine, or Dramamine, just essentials like that. Or if you forget, like a rain jacket or suntan lotion. So, because if you forget any of that stuff, they do have it on board the ship, but it's usually 3 to 4 times more expensive than what you would pay at home.
So if you think there's a chance you'll get seasick, bring Dramamine. If it's not common for you to get a headache, bring some aspirin, ibuprofen, Tylenol, whatever. Any of those sorts of
over-the-counter
drugstore type items, toiletries, that sort of thing, you're going to pay a premium. You can probably find them on board, but you're going to pay quite a bit more. Plan that ahead, put that in your suitcase. And Joy was mentioning the video we did on Cruise Essentials, and we have that linked in the description below. So if you missed that, check that out. Number 5, let's talk about food again.
We're halfway there already.
We mentioned the complimentary. We mentioned the food where you can avoid spending extra money by skipping the specialty dining. Number 5, complimentary food. A lot of cruise lines have venues on board where you can go and get food at random times during the day. Carnival has Guy's Burger Joint and the Blue Iguana. You go there for breakfast or lunch. They've got all the cruise lines we've been on have ice cream out by the pool.
Yes.
Take advantage of that free stuff. On Royal Caribbean, they got the dog house, and they've got Sorrento's. A lot of complimentary food options on board. Take advantage of that. There's stuff you can buy extra, but why not take advantage of the complimentary included food? You already paid for it when you paid for your fare. Yeah. Okay. So
Exactly.
number 6.
Six.
Of you want to do number 6?
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
I would say avoid the casino because
Mm.
you know, if you want to save your money and use it for fun stuff when you're at a port or at a port, avoid the casino unless you know you really enjoy the casino. That's fine. You may want to just budget yourself out
Yeah.
of an amount
Okay.
daily.
Okay. So tip number 6 is avoid the casino unless you really don't want to. So
Well,
let's say to really save money, avoid the casino. You could win, you could lose, but based on my experience, it's probably going to be an expense. So you can play it safe and avoid the casino altogether. But yeah, if you're going to do it, set a budget. That's a good tip too. Number 7, look for parking alternatives before you go on your cruise. The most convenient place to park usually is at the parking lot or parking garage right next to right at the port, right next to the terminal. But that can also be typically is the most expensive option. Some hotels near ports will actually have an option where you can pay to stay in the hotel, and they will include free parking during the cruise, and you can get a shuttle from the hotel to the port.
Ooh, that's nice.
And there's also other services out there, other park and cruise type operations, but look into those ahead of time. The convenient option of parking at the port is not going to likely be the cheapest option. So you can save a lot of money by planning ahead of that.
If you have a travel agent, once again, they can give you the best information about parking and
they can give you a lot of great advice.
Yeah.
So what's number 8?
Explore your ports on your own.
Oh, okay.
So I think some of the most fun that we've ever had is when we've just been exploring by ourselves sometimes.
Yeah, so you're saying don't book an excursion through the cruise line or even on your own. You're saying just go off on your own and head to the shops and head to the little areas.
Head to the shops.
Yep. Oh, boy. Maybe don't head to the shops.
It's free to window shop.
Yeah, it is free to window shop. Yes. So explore the ports on your own, skip the excursions. You can save some money. Just be sure to stay in the safer areas around other travelers, other cruisers, so you're not going off into unexplored territory.
Yes.
But it can be a lot of fun.
We want everyone to be safe
on your own. Yes. And you just mentioned a minute ago, you mentioned the travel advisors. Number 9 is to be sure to use a travel advisor or a travel agent. They can get you some of the best bargains and help fit your needs, get you just the cruise experience you want, and possibly save you some serious money. So
we're not travel agents, and we're not being paid by travel agents, but we really support travel agents.
Yes, we really appreciate the service they offer, and there's a lot of good ones out there.
Yes.
That can help you out. So it's time for number 10. You ready to give them number 10?
Number 10 already?
Yes.
Oh, that's mine.
That's yours. You gonna finish this up? I started it.
10 is look for freebies.
Look for freebies.
Yeah.
What does that mean?
There are a lot of freebies that you can get, such as if you go to an event early, sometimes you get a prize for being the first person there.
Like happened to you on our Disney cruise.
Exactly. I got
Disney?
Carnival. Yep. I got a free bottle of champagne.
Yeah, just by being there early.
Sometimes if you sometimes the stores have the charm.
Oh yeah, on Royal Caribbean you got the Pandora type bracelet, and each day you went back you got another
charm, and then on the last day of the cruise they gave you a free one, or they give you a free bracelet.
Wow.
To start off your charm collection.
You can also, by participating in like trivia and other like game show type things, you can actually win prizes there.
A ship on a stick.
And next to your ship on a stick, you probably can't see it, but you got some decks of cards.
Yep.
You got those for free too, right?
Yep.
Just by begging.
No, not begging. But you can go to the customer service desk and say, hey, I was wondering if you have a deck of cards, and they say, sure.
Or they say no. But hey, it doesn't hurt to ask. So a lot of great freebies. So that's our 10 ideas for how to budget on a cruise. Be sure to comment down below if you have other ideas for how to save on a cruise or how to budget for a cruise. We'd love to hear those. And if you haven't subscribed already, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Doesn't cost anything extra. It doesn't cost anything. This is a way to follow us so you keep up to date on what we're doing. and we'd love it if you like this video.
Give us a thumbs up if you like this video. It really helps us, and
Yeah,
we're glad to make sure that we can make more videos that will help you.
yes. Okay, so now we need to again ask for those of you watching live or watching later, be sure to comment with your suggestions. I see I missed a couple here. Dale said a bottle of wine each from home. So a lot of the cruise lines will allow you to bring. And you were talking about didn't you take Diet Coke?
I brought Diet Coke because one cruise line that we were on, I switched their soda from Coca-Cola to Pepsi, which is fine if you like Pepsi. Nothing wrong with Pepsi products.
If you prefer a different something that they don't have available on the ship, that can be a good. They usually let each person to bring a 12-pack on some cruise lines. Like this was Carnival, I think, and like Dale's saying, you can bring a bottle of 750 milliliters, typically what they allow per person, bring it on board. So check with your cruise line or your travel advisor and see what is allowed.
Right.
Yeah, yeah, that's the same thing. So, and then also we also forgot to say hi to Tyler. Tyler, it's good to see you here. So, what else do we need to mention? I know we mentioned already. We should mention again a couple things. Next week we've got some very special guests coming on board with us with Cruise Day Fun Live. Is that making it sound like we have a ship? We have a ship on a stick. But next,
we do have a ship on a stick. It's right there.
It's right there. Yes. So next week, Saturday, March the 12th, we're going to have Sea Leg Journeys. That's who are actually with us here live today in the chat. That's Chet and Robin. They're going to come on and talk about their experiences and compare Carnival to Royal Caribbean. And if you haven't seen their channel yet, be sure to check it out. They've got a great channel that we really enjoy. And I happen to know they just recently did part 1 of their Cruising on a Budget series, and you want to be sure to check that out.
Yeah. Also,
I mentioned before, we're going to be in April. We're probably not going to be able to do many lives, if any. They will not be on Saturday, at least, because Saturdays are an issue for us in April, partly because we're going to be on a cruise. But be sure to subscribe with the notification bell on and join our Facebook group linked down below in the description so you can keep up to date on when we're doing any impromptu shows. And we'll eventually be back, I think, on Saturdays at 3 o'clock. And we'll be back next Saturday at 3 o'clock with Sea Leg Journeys.
I know, and they're so much fun.
They're
so much fun. We hope you enjoyed them as much as we have.
Yes.
Enjoyed talking to them.
Yes. So I think that's pretty much it. Anything else we need to say?
It went by really fast.
Well, we got the information out there. So
we did.
We hope you get back to cruising soon. If you haven't gotten back to cruising already, and if you haven't cruised, get ready to cruise on a budget, save some money.
Exactly.
Go on extra cruises. Save that money for another cruise. So we want to thank you for watching.
Thank you so much for watching. Bye.